Good evening, guys. I thought I would come on this evening to talk to you all about why I started doing my own videos last year in August. And I saw it earlier. Someone mentioned about the red flags. Guys, I started doing videos last year because of a story I seen on domestic violence. And in that story, a young lady was killed by her significant other. Guys, there are red flags in relationships that will let you know this is just not healthy. The red flags are things such as manipulation, disrespect, physical and emotional abuse. Now, how does this look? Guys, when a person wants to tell you how to think, how to feel, when they say, oh, you too sensitive. Oh, that's not right. If you cannot have an opinion, that's a problem. If you're hanging with someone who works at separating you from your relatives and your friends because they love you so much, that's a problem. Guys, when you're called out of your name, when they call you the B word like you were born with that given name of a dog, a female dog, and you know that's not your name. But when they say it as if it just doesn't mean a thing. And I'm not just talking about abuse of a man abusing a woman, but it can be a woman abusing a man, or it can be same-sex relationships. Abuse is abuse. And guys, you're valuable. No one deserves to have someone else put their hands on them because they cannot control themselves. And people are taking people's lives. And sometimes relatives are saying, I didn't know that person was abusive. Sometimes people hide it. Sometimes we hide it out of shame. Sometimes we hide it out of fear. But for whatever reason you may be hiding it or staying with it, abuse is abuse. But when there are red flags, the flag is red. If there's a red flag, if we ignore the red flag, it could lead to psychological damaging feelings. It could lead to the physical harm. You see some people with broken arms. Or how about the black eye and I ran into the door. And then there are so many people who are just getting killed. People are killing people over little things. She disrespected me. He disrespected me. He looked at me wrong. She looked at me wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, red flags are real. And your life is valuable. And that is real. It doesn't matter if you grew up with it. It's okay to not go and live in it. And if you don't know how to stay away from it, maybe it's time to ask for help. There are crisis hotline numbers. There's a 988 number. There's 911. And it's okay to look after your physical health. You know, statistics says at the time when most women are killed is if they tell that significant other, I'm leaving you. Ladies, gentlemen, when somebody's angry with you, don't tell them I'm leaving you and start getting your things together to leave. That's not the time to do it. You don't want to trigger a person who already has triggers. Oh, maybe they do not have triggers, but the fact remains, if that person has anger issues and you've experienced it and you know it, agitating or putting more fuel to the fire, I'm not saying you're the cause of it. Sometimes people will use the excuse, well, you made me do it. And the fact remains is each person is responsible for their own actions. And I'm begging of everyone who watches this video, love yourself. And for those who are abusers, love yourself. It's okay to get help. It is okay to get help. Do not take it into your own hands to attempt to control, manipulate another. You're stronger than that. Matter of fact, we're all stronger than we know. Sometimes we just don't know it, but it is in us to do better. It is in all of us to be better. I just want to tell you, God has great plans for all of us. He has great plans for you. God has great plans for me. And learning to live well and loving ourselves is what He has planned for us. Because red flags are real. And the graveyard is full of people that if they could come back and say, I didn't pay attention to the red flags. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's pay attention to the red flags, because red flags are real.